Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to New York Yankees baseball. This is a national pastime on WAPBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Cleveland Indians will test the Yankees at home. It's opening day. Both of these teams are fresh out of the preseason, so find a team to root for. Because, as a great commissioner once said, not rooting is a deprivation. This is the first game in this 3-game series. The Yankees take the field here in the first. Defensively for New York. Hit at first base. Pratt at second. Peckinpah, the shortstop. Ward at third. And the outfield. In left, it's Bodie. In center, Ruth. And over in right, Musial. Ruth is behind the plate and warming up in the pen now for New York. The righty, Mays. Pretty good control. He will be facing Indian starter, right-hander Bagby. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. Here's Smith to lead it off. Smith belts the ball. When the Indians need a base runner, Smith is the guy they want up there. Smith gets in there. Mays will go to work on him. Mays comes to him. And it's chopped down the first baseline. Pip covers it and touches the bag. One down. Chapman coming up. He gets his share of hits. Chapman has patience. The hitter stands in. Now Mays ready. The pitch. Swung on, blind to short. He won't get it. And Chapman is on at first. Next up, Speaker. One out, runner on first for Cleveland. Triss, known recently as a terrific hitter. Mays steps off to bring Chapman back to the bag. Now he's back on the rubber, still eyeing Chapman. Mays prepares to come home. Chapman bluffs going. Mays delivers. Cut on. It's a high fly. Straightaway center. Ruth has it measured. He's got it. 2 down. Chapman is tagging, but the coach holds him at first. Now coming up, O'Neill. Hits for average. Mays set. Here's the delivery. Swung on, strike. Now Chapman is sprinting toward second. Ruth with a quick release. And this race goes to Chapman. That's his first steal of the season. O'Neill ready to take on Mays again. Catcher ready. Mays working on Chapman to hold him close. The offering from Mays. Grounded hard at Ward. He takes a high hop. Juggles it. The long throw to first. Just in time. The half for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. They couldn't get the runner home. Indians, nothing. Yankees coming up. For the Indians. The Indians take the field here in the first. Defensively for Cleveland. Johnston at first base. Wemsgans at second. Chapman, the shortstop. Gardner at third. And the outfield. In left is Smith. In center, Speaker. And over in right, Jameson. O'Neill is behind the plate. And the Cleveland mound artist, the righty, Bagby. Here's Pratt to lead it off. He hits from the right. Dell can be dangerous. O'Neill set. He brings it home. Upstairs with a fast one. Pratt doesn't offer. And that's ball number 4. And Dell will get down to first. That was Pratt's first walk of the season. Next up, New York hitter Peckinpah. He'll take advantage of your mistakes. Pratt at first has wheeled. Roger waits. Right-handed Bagby goes to the set position. The pitch. Peckinpah pounds it on the ground. Wemsgans stops it on one hop, shovels some Chapman for the force, and he leaps over Pratt and guns it to first. Not in time. Peckinpah reaches, but they get the lead runner. One down. Here's Ruth coming to the plate. An outstanding batsman. Peckinpah can motor at first. Catcher O'Neill sets his target. Now the delivery. Hit hard to right center. Speaker scampering back almost to the track and brings it down. Peckinpah is tagging, but they'll hold him there. Musial walking up the bat. Bob, a strong hitter. Bagby poised. He lets it go. Hit deep. Speaker takes 3 steps to his right. Backs. This should do it. And he takes it in. And that retires the side. For the Yankees, nothing across. One left. A chance goes by the board. No score. The Indians will get a try at the top of the second inning. Gardner, Jameson, and Johnston due up for Cleveland. Gardner leading off the second. He gets his share of hits. Right-hander Mays ready. He cranks and fires. Grounded to the right side. Pratt to his left. And it sneaks through. Single for Gardner. Nobody out. Second inning. One on. It's now the port side swinger, Jameson, to the bat. Charlie is a tough out. Gardner at first has legs. Rule set. First baseman Pitt holding the runner on. The pitch way outside. Jameson draws a base on balls, and Gardner moves to second. That was Jameson's first walk of the season. Johnston is out to take his hacks. He hits from the left. The Indians have no outs. Gardner on second. Jameson on first. Doc is a tough out. Mays climbs a mound. Mays gets set to work on him. A little glistening on his upper lip. Now Mays comes home with it. Johnston lashes one to right. Base hit. Gardner is rounding third. They're holding him up. But he's going anyway. He ran right through the red light. Coming down the line, here comes Musial's throw. On the bounce. Out. Great throw. The throw to second. And they get Johnston. Double play. Score that 9-6. Jameson is over at third. Wemsgans the hit. The Indians have 2 gone. Runner third. A streaky hitter. Rule sets up. Wemsgans smacks it toward the hole. Peckinpah far to his right. Nice stop. But he bobbles it, and he doesn't have a play. Jameson comes in to score, and they give Wemsgans a single. So the single drives in 1, and the Indians go ahead by a run, 1-0 here in the second. Here comes Bagby to take his cuts. Jim taking his first at bat of the season. Bagby waiting. Rule ready to receive. He delivers. Wrapped back to the mound. Mays knocks it down. Picks it up. Throws quickly. Out at first. The half for the Indians. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 1. They move ahead in the game. Yankees down 1-0. For New York, here in the second, Bodie, Pitt, and Rule. Here's Bodie to start it off. A trusty bat. Bodie steps in. Right-handed Bagby goes to the set position. The pitch. Bodie started to go round, but he checked his swing in time. He takes a walk to first. That was Bodie's first walk of the season. Hip up there. You can count on Wiley. Swift-footed Bodie at first. Right-handed Bagby goes to the set position. He cranks and fires. It's a shot to left center. Smith is racing to the gap. He's on the track. Caught. That's one down. Bodie is at second. He'll go back to first. Well, one down. Bodie on at first. Rule walks up. Muddy has been a reliable hitter. Bagby set. Now Bagby pitches. Hard to bounce it to short. Chapman is there. Backhands it. Goes to second for one. Back to first for two. Double play. And that retires the side. The line for the Yankees, 0-0-0. So they do not tally. The score still 1-0. Indians leading. Top of the order here for Cleveland in the third. Smith, Chapman, and Speaker. Here's Smith to lead it off. Batter waits. Mays staring in, ready to work. He delivers. Slow bounder up the middle. Peckinpah is over. Good bounce. The throw to first. Bounces in the dirt. Hip scoops it. Too late. Now coming up, Chapman. Smith can motor at first. Chapman waits. Mays focuses in on the target. And Smith takes off. They'll have trouble catching him. Here's Rule with a throw. The slide. Then he gets him. And they just sold the insurance policy. With no outs, that might have been a missed sign. One down. So Chapman will get back in there. Now Mays ready. The delivery. Swung on, and it's chopped down the first base line. Hip. Takes the high hop. He flips to Mays, covering, and they get him. Speaker up the bat. Speaker in the box. Rule ready to receive. The pitch. Off-speed pitch. Misses. Speaker draws a walk. That was Speaker's first walk of the season. O'Neill is now up. Rule crouched down now. The pitch. An infield roller by O'Neill. Peckinpah charges. The flip to first, and that's out number 3. The line for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. So the Indians fail to capitalize on the runner. We've played 2.5. Yankees down 1-0. For New York, here in the third. Ward, Mays, and Pratt. To get it going for the Yankees here, Ward, right-hander. He's earned his reputation at the plate. O'Neill sets up. The pitch. Line to right, down the line. Is it fair or foul? Well, fans, that's a fair ball. So they collect the solo homer, clubbed in his very first at-bat. Here come the Yankees. They get back the run and even the score, and that's the first base knock for the Yankees in this game. Mays is now up. Carl taking his first at-bat of the season. Mays in the box. Bagby will go to work on him. Here's a pitch from Bagby. Fastball bounced up the middle. Wemsgans over, and it's through. Base hit for Mays. Pratt is now up. Mays is fast enough to be a factor here. Bagby prepared to work. He wheels and deals. Pratt swings. This one will get a lot of airtime. Smith gives chase. Going back. He one-hands it for the out. That's one down. Mays is at second. He'll go back to first. All right, the Yankees have one gone. Mays down at first. Peckinpah steps up to face Bagby. O'Neill ready to receive. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. Chapman is backing up quickly. Still backing. He's under it and makes the catch. And Mays gets back safely. Now coming to bat for the Yankees, Ruth. Bagby gets set to pitch. The pitch. Lifted to center. Not too deep. There's Speaker. This should do it. And he takes it in. And the side is retired. The line for the Yankees. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1. They have tied this game. This game is 1 run apiece after 3. And that closes out the early innings of this game. Gardner, Jameson, and Johnston to bat next. Here's Gardner to start it off. He's a lefty. Pitcher Mays eyeing Gardner. Now he's ready. The pitch. It's hop to the right side. Pip feels it on the big bounce. He will flip the Mays, and Gardner is retired. Jameson comes up to bat. Jameson knows how to get on base. Now Mays ready. Mays winds and fires. He swings, but he held up. And it's ball 4. Charlie takes his base on the walk. Johnston is up next. Jameson will take a big lead. He has the speed. Mays gets set to pitch. And now the pitch. Punch to the left side. Ward is over. He cuts it off and throws to second. Out. Over to first. Not in time. For Cleveland, 2 gone. Runner on first. Wemsgans the hit. Pitcher Mays eyeing Wemsgans. Now he's ready. First baseman Pip hurts right in front of the bag. He comes home. Swung on. Strike. Johnston is trying for the steal. Rule throws. Safe. That's his first steal of the season, and that's the Indians' second stolen base in this game. So Wemsgans steps back in. Right-hander Mays ready. Johnston extending his lead. Mays brings it a skyscraper to left. Bodie roams over. He turns left. Now right. Now left again. And he stabs at the ball and has it. He had no idea where that ball was. Quite an adventure out there. That's 3 away. For the Indians, nothing across. 1 left on. A chance goes by the board. Score even at 1. For New York, it'll be Musial, Bodie, and Pip. Well, Musial to lead it off for the Yankees. He's a right-handed batter. Musial has patience. Bob steps up. O'Neill sets up. He wheels and deals. A blast to right. Way back. It's gone. He just went with a pitch. So Musial has his first homer of the season. And the Yankees break the tie and now lead 2-1. Fourth inning. No outs, a run in. Bodie, the hit. Right-hander Bagby, ready. The pitch. Fly ball right field. Jameson moves under it. And he makes the catch. One away. Now coming to bat for the Yankees. Pip. Bagby looking home. The pitch. Scorched back through the box. It caroms off his leg. Chapman charges over. Bang, bang. Play at first. Pip is out. Bagby shakes it off. He'll be all right. 2 away. Rue now walks out to bat. Catcher O'Neill sets his target. Rue blasts the drive to right center. It might have the distance. It rattles the wall. Speaker plays the carom. Rue is going for 2. Here's the throw. And Rue pulls into second with a long double. For New York, Rue down at second. 2 outs. The bottom of the 4th inning. We have Ward coming up to hit. He hits from the right. Ward gets in there. Bagby will go to work on him. Bagby brings it. Swung on. Base hit left field. Smith is after it. Toward the gap. Rue is well around third. They're waving Rue in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's just safe under the tag. The run scored. Ward holds it first for the single. So Ward with a ribby single, and the Yankees now lead 3-1. Mays, bat in hand. Mays steps up to the plate. O'Neill ready to receive. The pitch. Easy bounce out of Remsgans. He's up with it. Over to Chapman, covering second. In time. 3 down. That'll do it for New York. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And they go ahead in the game. 4 in the books here in New York. The score now stands 3-1. Yankees as we head for the top of the 5th inning. Bagby, Smith, and Chapman due up for Cleveland. Pitcher Bagby to lead it off. Bagby takes his stance. Mays prepared to work. The pitch is on the way. Swung on, lined towards second. Pratt back, and he makes the catch. And there's 1 away. Smith comes up to bat. Elmer can get on. Batter waits. Mays looking home. And now the pitch. Routine grounder to Peckinpah. He's up with it. Over to first, and Smith is retired for the 2nd out. Two down. Next to bat for Cleveland is Chapman from the right. Ray has a hit in 2 trips. Stole a base. Right-hander Mays ready. The delivery from Mays. Chapman drills one by Ward. Backed up by Peckinpah. The long off-balance throw. The stretch by Pip. Out at first. 3 away. So the Indians are retired in order after 4.5. It's still 3-1. Yankees. We're at the head of the order for the Yankees. Bagby will face Pratt, Peckinpah, and Ruth. Pratt to lead it off for the Yankees. Right-handed batter to face Bagby. A sure hitter. Pitcher Bagby eyeing Pratt. Now he's ready. Bagby comes home. driven to the gap in right. Jameson can't get there. It falls in. Pratt is headed for second. He's digging. The throw from Speaker. A photo finish at second. Safe. The ump signals safe. A double for Pratt. No outs. Fifth inning. One on. Next to bat for New York is Peckinpah from the right. A valuable bat. Bagby focuses in on the target. Pratt moves another step away from second. He doubled to lead it off. The pitch. Ground ball to first. Johnston covers it and touches the bag. One down. Pratt had to hold up at second. Ruth, the hit for New York. One away, one on. People stop and watch Babe take his cuts. Batter facing Bagby. O'Neill sets up. Pratt moves quietly toward third. He brings it home. Grounded hard to short. Chapman fields it. Over to Johnston at first. And that's out number 2. Pratt holds. 2 gone. Fifth inning. 1 on. Next up, Musial. Bagby comes set. Pratt moves quietly toward third. The pitch popped high to the right side. Drifting foul. Johnston is backing up. Second baseman Wemsgans is racing over. He's calling him off and makes the running catch. That's 3 away. For the Yankees, no runs on 1 hit. 1 left. Yankees up 3-1. New York will now face the heart of the Indians lineup. Speaker, O'Neill, and Gardner coming up. Speaker will start the 6th. Catcher Rule sets his target. Mays winds up. Can't find the strike zone. That's ball 4. And Speaker coaxes a walk. Here's O'Neill coming to the plate. O'Neill 0 for 2. Mays poised. First baseman Pitt is on the bag. Speaker with a substantial lead. He wheels and deals. Grounded to first. Pitt fires to Peckinpah for 1. And back to first to complete the double play. We have Gardner coming up to hit. Larry 1 for 2. Larry steps up. Mays looking in. Mays now. Soft grounded at Ward. He's up with it. The throw across the diamond. In time. Indians gone. The line for the Indians 0-0-0. So they do not tally. The score is still 3-1 New York as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. For New York here in the 6th, Bodie, Pitt, and Rue. Well, here's Bodie to lead it off. Right-handed hitter to face Bagby. He has the talent to do some damage. Bodie in the box. Bagby focuses in on the target. The pitch. Popped up, shallow center field. Speaker is coming on, and he's got it. 1 away. Pip up there. Pip good at the plate. Catcher ready. Bagby winds and fires. And he pops him up. Gardner comes off third. Foul ground. And he gloves it for the out. 2 away. Two outs. Here's Rue. Rue has a hit in 2 trips. And he scored once. He stands in. Bagby gets set to pitch. The pitch. Lofted to center. Speaker has the range and the bead. and he puts it away. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and at the end of 6, Indians trailing by 2. For Cleveland, it'll be Jameson, Johnston, and Wemsgans. Jameson will start the 7th. Now Mays, ready. And now the pitch. Cut on, whack to center field. Base hit. Ruth is there. He bobbles it, and he drops it. Now he throws to second. Too late. Jameson is in safely. Ruth picks up an error. Scored that a single. Here's Johnston to hit for the Indians. Jameson on second. No outs. Johnston is 1 for 2. Stole a base. Johnston takes his stance. Mays prepared to work. Mays working on Jameson to hold him close. The pitch. Slow chopper toward Peckinpah. He charges it. Surrounds it. Juggles it. He'll go to first. One away. And Jameson moves to third. One on. Now Wemsgans to face Mays. He had a hit earlier. Bill, a modest hitter, although he has delivered in this game. He has outstanding bat control. Mays set. Infield deep. Mays looks Jameson back to third. Mays to the wind. Grounded to Pip. Bad bounce. But he's got it. Waves off Mays, and he tags the bag for the out. 2 gone. Jameson has to hold third. Nice play. Two gone. 7th inning. 1 on. Pitcher Bagby to hit. Mays comes set. Indians skipper Conley walking down the bench. Conley is yanking Bagby. Sewell will pinch hit for him. Bats left. He approves some lumber. Strides toward the box. So Bagby goes 6 innings. He yielded 3 runs on 6 hits. 2 homers. He stands to lose it unless the Indians can make up the 2-run deficit. Sewell coming up. Joe, a strong hitter. Catcher ready. Jameson into a little shuffle at third. The pitch. There's a drive to deep left. It's going to be a long run for Bodie near the warning track. But he says he's got it, and he does, against the wall. Indians go down. The half for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert after 6.5. Yankees up by 2. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back while it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. Well, it's 1, 2, 3 strike you out at the old ball game.
For New York, it'll be Ward, Mays, and Pratt. Clark is coming on to pitch for the Indians. For Clark, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. Ward starts it for the Yankees. Startup Mays looking strong. The Yankees still after a little insurance. They lead by 2. Clark takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Clark gets set to work on him. Clark winds and fires. Ward wraps it to the right side. Wemsgans ranges to his left. A quick peg to first. And Ward is retired. 1 away. pitcher, Mays, to hit. One down. O'Neill sets up. Clark into his motion. Delivers. It's a shot to left center. That's a base hit. Mays rounds first. Speaker takes it on the long bounce to throw to second. And Mays holds with a single. Second hit for Mays in the game. Here's Pratt coming to the plate. Pratt good at the plate. Mays has some speed. Clark looking in. The pitch. Can't find the strike zone. That's ball 4. And Pratt coaxes a walk. It's now Peckinpah to bat. He swings from the right side. One gone, 2 on, first and second. Clark prepares to come home. The runners take their lead. The offering from Clark. Swing and a miss. And Peckinpah is out. 2 down. Ruth gets set to bat against Clark. Mays at second. Pratt at first. 2 down. A hero in the bleachers. Right-handed Clark goes to the set position. Clark kicks and deals. Just off the plate. And he issues a free pass. That fills the bases. That was Ruth's first walk of the season. The Yankees have 2 away. The table is set. Mays, Pratt, Ruth around the diamond. Right-handed batter Musial now walks out to bat. He already has a home run in this game. Clark sets up on the rubber again. Conley, calm. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Musial pops it up behind the plate. O'Neill tosses a mask away. He's running back. It's playable. He's got it. Yankees go down. That'll do it for New York. No runs on 1 hit. 3 men left on base. They cannot add to their lead, and the Yankees lose a great opportunity. The score's still 3-1. Yankees leading. We're at the head of the order for the Indians. Mays will face Smith, Chapman, and Speaker. Here's Smith to start it off. He needs to get on base. Elmer has a good eye. Mays gets set to pitch. The offering from Mays. Lined, but right at Pip. He snatches it in midair, and Smith gives Pip a stare. 1 away. Chapman will bat next for Cleveland. A right-sider. 1 gone. Chapman, 1 for 3. He's stolen the base. Chapman knows how to get on base. The hitter stands in. Mays looking home. Mays fires it in. Slowly rolled toward Peckinpah. Peckinpah covers it plenty of time. Fires. That's 2. 2 down, 8th inning. Now Speaker to face Mays, left side batter. Speaker has walked twice. He's 0 for 1. Mays poised. The offering from Mays. Grounded hard at Ward. Backhand stab. And it is by him. Base hit. Bodie is in. He'll hold Speaker to a single. Okay, the action's on for Cleveland. 2 down, Speaker on first. Here's O'Neill. He's their cleanup hitter. O'Neill 0 for 3. They'll have to work around O'Neill's power. Pitcher Mays eyeing O'Neill. Now he's ready. Mays brings it to the plate. Big swing, but he got under it. Center fielder Ruth drifts back. This should do it. He brings it down to retire the side. The half for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit. They lead 1. We've played 7.5. Indians down 3-1, and they'll try to hold them until the 9th. For New York, it'll be Bodie, hit, and Rule. Bodie to lead it off for the Yankees. Right-hander Clark, ready. Clark brings it to the plate. Wide by a hair. Free ticket to first for Bodie. All right, runner on first. Pip gets set to face Clark. Batting left. Wally 0 for 3. Clark now set. Clark brings it home. Grounded hard wide of third. Gardner takes it on the short hop. He'll go to first. And they get him. 1 down. Bodie moves to second on the play. 1 down, 8th inning, 1 on. Next to bat for New York is Rule. Muddy is 1 for 3, and he scored once. Rule in the box. Clark is ready to fire it in. Bodie at second takes a big lead. The pitch, high and away, and it gets by O'Neill. He scrabbles. Bodie moves up. Rule ready to take on Clark again. Clark comes set. Here's the pitch. Bodie breaks for the plate. It's bunted down the third baseline. Right to charging Gardner. Flips to O'Neill. Bodie puts on the brakes. And they've got him in a rundown. The throw to third. Chapman to O'Neill. Back to Chapman. And he's out. And Rule takes second on the play. Two outs, 8th inning, 1 on. New York now sends Ward to bat. Already has a homer in this game, his first. Ward is 2 for 3. He's driven in 2. Ward gets in there. Right-hander Clark, ready. And the pitch comes in. This one is creamed. Smith turns and runs. He can't get it. Rule is around third. He'll score. Smith picks it up and fires it in. A 2-base hit for Ward. So the double scores 1, and New York increases its lead. This ball game now 4-1. Okay for New York. 2 away. Ward down at second. The bottom of the 8th inning. Pitcher Mays up. Right-handed Clark goes to the set position. Ward moves quietly toward third. Clark kicks and deals. A skyscraper to left. Smith roams over. He turns left. Now right. Now left again. And he stabs at the ball and has it. He had no idea where that ball was. Quite an adventure out there. 3 down. The line for the Yankees, 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1. They give themselves a little room. The score is 4-1 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. For Cleveland, it'll be Gardner, Jameson, and Johnston. To get it going for the Indians here, Gardner, left side batter. Gardner knows how to get on base. Pitcher Mays eyeing Gardner. Now he's ready. Mays fires it in. Base hit right field. Musial takes it on 1 bounce, and Gardner is on with a single. Larry with his second hit in this game. We have Jameson coming up to hit. Gardner on first. No outs. Indians need another runner. Mays focuses in on the target. The pitch. Chopper back to the mound. Mays gloves it. He flips the pit at first for the out. Gardner moves to second on the play. That's 1 down. Johnston up the bat. 1 out. Gardner on at second for Cleveland. Doc 1 for 3. stole a base, capable of some fine hitting. The Indians need to string something together right here. If Mays gets by Johnston, he'll face Wemsgans. Mays put on the rubber, checks Gardner at second. Mays comes to the plate. Johnston pops a little fly, back of second. Ruth coming on, and makes the catch in front of Peckinpah. Gardner held up, and now he tags, but the coach flashes a stop sign as the ball is returned to the infield. For Cleveland, runner on second, 2 down. Wemsgans up the bat. Bill has been up 3 times with 1 hit, has a ribby. Not a home run threat, time's really running out for the Indians. Clark swinging his bat lightly in the on-deck circle. He stands in. Mays prepares to come home. Now he comes home with it. Chopper back to the mound. Mays scoops it up, throws to first, and that does it. The Yankees have closed this one out, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of Conley. They get the 4-1 decision. Here's the line for the Yankees. 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 miscue for the Yankees. They lead 8. For the Indians, a run on 8 hits, no errors, and they lead 7. Mays gets his first win. Bagby takes his first loss. So the Yankees gain a step for the Yankees. Overall, they now stand at 1-0. They now have first place to themselves. The Indians, overall, 0-1. In the next game, the Indians will have another try. And this game is in the books. This is WAPBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from New York. Yankees take this one from the Indians, 4-1. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you Chicago Cubs baseball. Glad to have you with us for Big League Baseball. You're on 66 WAPBA. Today we're coming to you from Boston, where the hometown Braves will host on their own turf. It's opening day. We'll be with you for each moment suspended and realized, from the first pitch of the season to the last. This is the first of a 3-game set. The Braves take the field here in the first. Defensively for Boston, Holking at first base, Pick at second, Moranville the shortstop, Beckham at third. Across the outfield, in left is Cruz. In center, Howell. And over in right, man, O'Neill is behind the plate. And on the mound for the Braves, the right-handed Scott. He will be facing Cubs starter, right-hander Alexander. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Terry to lead it off for the Cubs. Right-handed hitter to face Scott. A sure hitter. Terry steps in. Catcher ready. The pitch. Grounded hard wide of third. Beckham just reaches it. Over to first. In time for the out. One down. Barber is the next hitter. Barber, a fair hitter. You don't see Turner on much. Barber steadies his bat. Scott looking in at the target. The pitch. Upstairs with a fast one. Barber doesn't offer. And that's ball number 4. And Barber will get down to first. That was Barber's first walk of the season. Okay, for Chicago. Barber down at first, one away. The next Cubs batter is Robertson. He's a left-handed batter. A trusty bat. Barber will get a good jump. Batter set. O'Neill crouched down now. The pitch. Line toward short, just out of reach. Cruz is chasing it. Barber is rounding second. But the coach is signaling to stop. He'll hold it second as the throw comes in, and Robertson has a single. Next up, Flack. He's their cleanup hitter. 1 out, 2 on, first and second. A trusty bat. Flack takes his stance. Scott on the rubber, checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Here's a pitch from Scott. Smashed hard at Holke. That will get through. Man racing in. He's up with it. Barber is around third. Robertson is well around second. The throw comes into Holke, and they're holding Barber at third. Flack loads them up for the single. Paskert steps up to face Scott. The Cubs have 1 out. Bases sold out. He has the talent to do some damage. Paskert tucks in his shirt, takes a quick glance at the scoreboard. Scott has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. The batter stands in, sets his hands, lowers the bat an inch or two, leans in. Scott, foot on the rubber. Scott looking in at the target. A little glistening on his upper lip. Braves playing for the double play. He wheels and deals, loop to left. Toward the gap, he'll have to hurry. And Cruz takes it in. The runners are tagging. Barber coming down the line. Robertson is holding. Barber scores. The throw comes into Beckham. And the other runners hold. And the Cubs go ahead by a run, 1-0. First inning. Okay, 2 gone, 2 on, first and second. We have O'Farrell coming up to hit. A valuable bat. Batter set. Scott staring in, ready to work. The pitch. Swung on, and it's a hard liner to pick. Caught. The line for the Cubs. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. And they capture the lead. Cubs 1. Braves coming up. For the Cubs. The Cubs take the field here in the first. Manager Connolly sends out his squad this way. Barber at first base. Herzog at second. Terry, the shortstop. Deal at third. And the outfield. In left is Black. And center, Robertson. And over in right, Paskert. O'Farrell is behind the plate. And starting for the Cubs, the righty, Alexander. Cruz to lead it off for the Braves. A trusty bat. Cruz relaxes himself at the plate. Alexander gets set to work on him. Alexander brings it home. Cruz lunges at it, and that's strike 3. 1 away. Mann is now up. He has the talent to do some damage. Alexander prepares to come home. The pitch. Mann chops it toward Barber. He backs up and plays the big hop. He waves off Alexander and takes it himself. 2 away. Here comes Holke to take his cuts. He gets his share of hits. Alexander looking home. The pitch comes in. Just catches the plate. See you later. 3 down. So the Braves go down 1-2-3. Cubs up 1-0. Bottom of the lineup, Dio, Herzog, and Alexander coming up. Dio will start it off here in the second. That's right. A streaky hitter. Scott looking in at the target. Now Scott comes home with it. Whistle to right, in there for a hit. Mann is over quickly, bobbles the ball momentarily, but Dio isn't buying it. He sticks to first for the single. Now coming to bat for the Cubs, Herzog. Unreliable at the plate. Dio can hightail it. Pitcher Scott set to go. Space on the right. And now the pitch. Herzog lunges at it, and that's strike 3. Scott fooled him badly. 1 down. For Chicago, Dio on first. 1 down. Next up, pitcher Alexander batting 9th. Pete taking his first at bat of the season. He stands in. O'Neill sets up. Infield back at double play depth. The pitch from Scott. Ball 4. And Scott dishes a free pass. And Dio moves to second. That was Alexander's first walk of the season. 1 out, second inning, 2 on. We have right-handed Terry to bat for the Cubs. We're back at the top of the order. Batter ready. Scott climbs the mound, righty against righty. O'Neill ready to receive. The runners take their lead. The pitch, there's a looping line to the left. Cruz will have to hurry, charging hard. Then he makes a shoestring catch right off a tall blade of grass. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. All right, Dio at second. Alexander at first. 2 gone. The top of the second inning. Next up, Barber. Scott prepares to come home. The pitch. Routine fly ball to right. Mann moves under it and brings it down. The half for the Cubs. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. So the Cubs fail to cash in on the 2 runners. We've played 1.5. Braves down 1-0. The Braves will have Moranville, Pick, and Beckel here in the second. Here's Moranville to lead it off. He can surprise you at the plate. Batter waits. Alexander is ready to fire it in. Now he comes home with it. And it's popped up behind home plate. O'Farrell making the call. And the catch for the first out. Pick getting ready to go. Pick a fair hitter. O'Farrell crouched down now. He brings it home. Pick lashes one to right. It falls, and Pick is on with a single. One on. Beckham gets set to bat against Alexander. A valuable bat. Pick can hightail it. Beckham in the box. Catcher ready. The pitch. Rip and a miss by Beckham. And that's a strikeout. 2 away. Two away. Second inning. One on. O'Neill's up. You can count on Mickey. O'Neill waits. Right-hander Alexander ready. Alexander kicks and deals. One hopper back to the mound. Alexander up with it. Throws to first to retire the side. For the Braves, no runs, 1 hit. They leave one. They had a chance but could not convert. The score is still 1-0 Chicago as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. The Cubs now send up the heart of their order to face Scott, Robertson, Flack, and Paskert. Robertson to lead it off. Robertson settles himself in the box. Right-hander Scott ready. The pitch. Low. Ball 4. Dave hustles down to first, and that's already the 3rd walk issued by Scott. That was Robertson's first walk of the season. Flack getting ready to go. Robertson can fly at first. Scott prepares to come home. Quick move to the plate. Toward the gap. Cruz is over. Cuts it off on the bounce. Robertson is rounding second. But the third base coach is on the job, and he puts on the brakes as the throw comes in. And Max is on with a single. Second. Safety for Black. Robertson on second. Black on first. No one out. Paskert the hit. Dode steps up. O'Neill sets up. Scott cranks it up. It's a high fly to center. Howell takes 3 steps to his right and makes the catch. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. One away. 3rd inning. 2 on. O'Farrell gets set to face Scott. Scott is on the slab. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Now Scott comes home with it. Smashed hard at Holke. That will get through. Man racing in. He's up with it. Robertson is around 3rd. Flack is well around 2nd. The throw comes into Holke, and they're holding Robertson at 3rd. O'Farrell loads them up with a single. We have Dio coming up to hit. He hits from the right. 1 down. Bases all loaded up for Chicago. Scott sets up on the rubber again. Braves playing for the double play. The runners take their lead. Here comes the pitch. Lined hard to right. Base hit. Mann is after it. He cuts it off deep in the gap. Robertson scores. Flack is around 3rd. O'Farrell is around 2nd. They're waving Flack in. They're holding O'Farrell with 2nd. Flack scores. O'Farrell to hold 2nd. As the throw comes in. So the single drives in 2, and the Cubs now lead 3-0. 2 on. Next to bat for Chicago is Herzog from the right. Herzog ready. Scott looking in at the target. The runners take their lead. The offering to Herzog. Grounded hard at Beckham. He scoops it up, fires to second, and they get him. Over to first. Not in time. Safe at first. And O'Farrell moves to 3rd. 2 down. 3rd inning. 2 on. Here's a pitcher, Alexander, batting 9th. Scott prepares to come home. At third, O'Farrell takes a short lead. Here comes the pitch. Grounded to short. Moranville's up with it. He flips the pick, covering. And they get him to retire the side. For the Cubs, 2-3-0. They leave 2. So the Cubs now with a safer margin. The score now stands 3-0 Cubs. The Braves will have Powell, Scott, and Cruz here in the third. Powell leading it off. Powell not strong at the plate. Powell waits. Pitcher Alexander set to go. He comes home. Grounded to the right side, wide of first. And it's squirts by Barber. And on into right for a base hit. And Powell has himself a single. Scott, bat in hand. Jack taking his first at bat of the season. Pitcher Alexander eyeing Scott. Now he's ready. Infield back at double play depth. Quick move to the plate. He squares. It's popped up. Barber comes in and makes the catch. Powell has to hold first. Conley had better take these guys back to the basics. Next batter, Cruz. Right-hander Alexander. Ready. The pitch. Half swing. It's popped up. O'Farrell is out. Barber is in. O'Farrell calls him off, and he covers it, and that's out number 2. Now coming up, man. Alexander looking in. Alexander comes home. Hit hard to right center. Robertson scampering back at the track. He leaps and brings it down. For the Braves, nothing across. There were no errors. One left. They had a chance but could not convert. Cubs still with a 3-run lead. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Top of the order here for Chicago in the 4th. Terry, Barber, and Robertson. To get it going, Terry. The batter stands in. Scott gets set to work on him. The delivery from Scott. Breaking ball, grounded hard at Beckham. It's off his glove, but he recovers and throws quickly. And he's out. For out number 1. Now coming to bat for the Cubs, Barber. Barber, ready. Scott looking home. Scott deals. Barber lashes one to right. It falls, and Barber is on with a single. One out, Barber on first. It's now Robertson to bat. Dave steps up. Catcher ready. Barber is off with a pitch. Hard ground ball behind first. Holke knocks it down, but he'll have no play, and both runners are safe. Scored out a single. That's Robertson's second hit of the game. The Cubs have one gone. Barber on second. Robertson on first. Flack gets set to face Scott, batting left. Now Scott ready. The runners take their lead. The pitch, wide of the mark. And Flack walks. And the bases are loaded. That was Flack's first walk of the season. Here's Paskert. The Cubs have one out. Bases all loaded up. O'Neill crouched down now. Braves playing for the double play. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Scott pulled a string. And Paskert was way out in front. 2 away. And he leaves the bases loaded. O'Farrell steps up to face Scott. Base is loaded. 2 gone. Scott sets up on the rubber again. The runners take their lead. He comes home, lined hard to left. Cruz is racing to the line, still running, and he makes the catch. That'll do it for Chicago. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 3 men left on base. They cannot add to their lead, and the Cubs lose a great opportunity. The score is still 3-0 Chicago as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Braves now send up the heart of their order to face Alexander, Holke, Moranville, and Pick. To get it going, Holke. Holke in the box. Alexander prepared to work. He lets one go. Check swing. They check with the third base ump. He punches him out. 1 down. All right, 1 away. Base is empty. For Boston, here's Moranville to take his swings. He's their cleanup hitter. Moranville waiting for Alexander. Catcher O'Farrell sets his target. The delivery. Moranville chops it toward Barber. He backs up and plays the big hop. He waves off Alexander and takes it himself. 2 away. Pick is now up. Alexander poised. Here's a pitch from Alexander. Pick pops it up behind the plate. O'Farrell moves under it and hauls it in. 3 away. So the Braves are retired in order. The score is still 3-0. Braves trail. Scott will now face the bottom of the Cubs lineup. Deal, Herzog, and Alexander coming up. Here's Deal to lead it off. Uncertain at the plate, although he has delivered in this game. Scott poised. Scott into his motion. Delivers. Swung on. Hit the Cruz in deep left. He's back. Plenty of room. Takes a couple of steps to his left and brings it in. 1 down. One gone. 5th inning. Now Herzog to face Scott. Bats right. Herzog not strong at the plate. He stands in. Scott gets set to pitch. The delivery. He pops him up. Back of second. Pick settles under it. He has it. 2 away. Pitcher Alexander up. O'Neill sets up. Here's the delivery. Off the end of the bat, Holke moves for it, and he spears it, waves off Scott, and he steps on first for the out. That's 3 away. Scott sets them down in order. Cubs up 3-0. Beckham, O'Neill, then Powell due up for Boston. Beckham starts it for the Braves. You don't want to let down with him. Beckham waiting, bat stirring slightly. Pitcher Alexander eyeing Beckham. Now he's ready. The delivery from Alexander. Grounded to Herzog. He scoops it up. Flips the first. 1 away. Here's O'Neill coming to the plate. Mickey steps up. Right-hander Alexander. Ready. Alexander brings it. Hit like a bullet. Herzog waves at it, but it's by him into right, and O'Neill racks up a base hit. Powell now walks out to bat. The Braves have 1 down, runner on first. Not a home run threat. Powell relaxes himself at the plate. Alexander prepared to work. He comes home. Swung on, and it's pulled hard to right. Goodbye, Mr. Spaulding. It's gone. A 2-run dinger. So Powell has his first homer of the season. The Braves have their first 2 runs, and the Braves get within 1. And this crowd is suddenly paying attention. Here comes Scott to take his cuts. Right-hander Alexander ready. Now Alexander pitches. Driven to right. It's playable. Tasker is there, and he pulls it in. 2 gone. Now at bat, Cruz. Walton 0 for 2. Walton was not a slugger. Alexander gets set to work on him. The delivery from Alexander. Yanked towards second. Herzog feels it. He flips to first. High throw. But they get him to retire the side. That'll do it for Boston. 2 runs on 2 hits. They do some damage. And now they trail by only 1. Cubs up 3-2. We're at the head of the order for the Cubs. Scott will face Terry, Barber, and Robertson. To get it going, Terry. A sure hitter. Chicago starter Alexander is on his game. To stay in this game, the Braves need to stop them here. They're down by 1. Terry waiting for Scott. Right-handed Scott goes to the set position. Scott winds up. Hard shot to the right side, and it's through. Base hit for Terry. For Chicago, runner on first, no one out. Now Barber to face Scott, left side batter, hitting second. A dependable hitter. Scott wants to pin Terry to first. He stands in. Scott set. He lets it go. Jams him on the hands. It rolls slowly toward short. Moranville charges in, picks it up, wings it to Holke. Not in time, and Barber picks up a scratch base hit. Second safety for Barber, and that's the Cubs' 10th hit. Runners at first and second. Robertson steps up to face Scott. He swings from the left side. Dave can do some damage. Batter facing Scott. Scott climbs a mound. Scott prepared to work. Now he comes home with it. Slow chopper toward Moranville. He charges it. Scoops it. No play at second. Goes to first for the out, and the runners advance. One away, 6th inning, 2 on. Next up, Flack. He's already delivered 2 hits in the game. Max is a tough out. He almost always puts the ball into play. Scott has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. Flack in the box. Notes the open base. Leans in. Scott put on the rubber. Jaw tightens as he gets a sign. Righty against lefty. Infield deep. He lets one go. Flack lifts a lazy pop fly. Should be no problem for Pick. And he snags it for the out. And the runners hold. Two on, the top of the 6th inning. We have Tasker to bat for the Cubs. Capable of some fine hitting. Scott shakes out his right arm. He bangs his spike on the front side of the rubber to clear the dirt. Dode stands in, leans in. Scott now set. Terry with a good lead off third. He lets one go. Big swing. It's a dying Quayle to right. Man gallops in, but he's not going to get there. Terry scores. Barber is well around third. They're waving Barber in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate, and he's safe easily. And Paskert holds it first. So the single drives in two, and the Cubs now lead 5-2. 2 down, 6th inning, 1 on. O'Farrell's up. O'Neill ready to receive. Scott kicks and delivers. Popped high in front of the plate. O'Neill is calling for it. He's under it. It's tailing off, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. Fine play. The line for the Cubs: 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They leave 1. So the Cubs now with a safer margin. Braves behind the Cubs, 5-2. Alexander will now face the Braves artillery. Mann, Holking, and Moranville. To get it going, Mann. You can count on less. Alexander prepared to work. Swung on and missed. That's a Linda Ronstadt. And Mann is gone. 1 away. Next up, Boston hitter Holking. In the box now. O'Farrell sets up. The pitch. Holking lashes one to right toward the gap. Paskert races over it, but he won't get it. Holking is going for 2, and there will be a play at second. The tag, safe on a very close play. Double for Holking. Moranville gets set to face Alexander. He's their cleanup hitter for Boston. 1 out, 1 on. Moranville 0 for 2. Moranville steps up to the plate. Alexander comes set. The pitch. Moranville skies it to left. Should be an easy play. Flack drifts over for it and records the putout. Holking is tagging, but the coach flashes the stop sign as the throw comes in. Okay for Boston. 2 gone. Holking standing out at second. Next to bat for Boston is a left-hand hitting Pick. Pick has a hit in 2 trips. Pick steps up to the plate. Alexander prepared to work. Alexander with the pitch. Taken. Ball. Pick walks. Setting up the force, and that's the first walk issued by Alexander. That was Pick's first walk of the season. It's now Beckham to bat. Runners at first and second. 2 gone. He'll take advantage of your mistakes. Alexander on the rubber. Shakes off the sign. Now he has one he likes. Righty against righty. Checks the runners. Alexander now. Line drive toward short. It's by him into left. Base hit. Holking is around third. Digging. He'll score. 2 outs. Pick puts on the brakes. No, wait. Pick is going for third. Digging. Here's Robertson's throw. Safe under the sweeping tag. And Beckham has to settle for 1. So Beckham with a ribby single, and the Braves get 1 back, trimming the lead. O'Neill is stepping up to hit against Alexander. Braves with 2 on, first and third, 2 away. He has the talent to do some damage. He already has a hit in this game. Beckham can motor at first. Alexander shakes out his arms. Mickey at the plate. Now ready. Now Alexander ready. And a pitch. Wild pitch. And it goes back to the screen. Pick will score. Beckham races around second, but he puts on the brakes. The tying run is now at second base. Ball one. And the Braves get one back, trimming the lead to 1. The fans want more. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Alexander. So now, batter in the box, waits. Alexander on the rubber. Checks Beckham at second. Beckham extending his lead. Quick move to the plate, and it's popped up in front of the plate. O'Farrell waves off Dio, and he makes the catch. Side retired. For the Braves, 2-2-0. They leave 1. They do some damage, and now they trail by only 1. We've played 6. Cubs with the edge, 5-4. The Cubs will send out the bottom of the lineup. Dio, Herzog, and Alexander. Here's Dio to lead it off. He bats right. Uncertain at the plate. Although he has delivered in this game. Dio steps up to the plate. Scott looking in at the target. The pitch. Dio shatters his bat, and the ball rolls toward Beckham. He guns it to first and nails Dio by a step. 1 away. One away. 7th inning. Herzog is stepping up to hit against Scott. Unreliable at the plate. He stands in. O'Neill sets up. The pitch. That's high and deep by Herzog. Powell is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him, and it drops in. Herzog is headed for second. He's at a second ahead of the throw. One on. Here's a pitcher, Alexander. Real speed at second. Batter ready. Scott is on the slab. Righty against righty. Scott looking in at the target. Spins and throws to second. And they've got Herzog. 2 away. The throw was high. Good play, Moranville. Catcher ready. Scott now. Fastball. It's a number to the left of the mound. Moranville charges. Picks up the ball barehanded. Then he gets him for the final out. For the Cubs, nothing across. They leave none. They maintain their thin lead. The score still stands 5-4. Braves down as we head for the bottom of the 7th inning. Okay, all you Cubs fans listening at home, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. For Boston, it'll be Powell, Scott, and Cruz. Here's Powell to start it off. Alexander poised. The delivery from Alexander. That's high and deep by Powell. Robertson is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him. He makes a catch. He stayed with it beautifully. 1 away. Okay, here's Scott. 1 away. Batter ready. Now Alexander ready. Braves manager Conley looking at his score sheet. Conley is taking pitcher Scott out of the game. Ayers is enlisted to hit for him. Bats left. He grabs a bat and heads toward the plate. So Scott goes 7. The line on him, 5 runs on 12 hits. He stands to lose it unless the Braves can make up the 1-run deficit. Ayers comes up the bat. Ayers, a fierce hitter. When the Braves need a base runner, Ayers is the guy they want up there. Eddie, ready. Alexander, poised. And the pitch comes in. High pop fly. This one will bring rain. Deal and O'Farrell converge near the line. O'Farrell is calling off Deal, and he has it for the out in fair territory. 2 away. Next batter, Cruz. Walton, 0 for 3. Not a home run threat. Alexander staring in, ready to work. Alexander fires it in. Cruz breaks his bat. The barrel helicopters out toward short. The ball pops over second into shallow right. It's a base hit. And Terry feels what's left of the lumber. Man to face Alexander. Man 0 for 3. Alexander will go to work on him. Now the pitch. One hopper back to the mound. Alexander up with it. Throws to first to retire the side. For the Braves, no runs on 1 hit. We've played 7. Braves still down by 1. The Braves will face the top of the order here in the 8th. Terry, Barber, and Robertson. Hearn is coming on to pitch for the Braves. For Hearn, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. Okay. Terry will start it off here in the 8th. A very steady hitter. Terry, 1 for 4, and he scored a run. Hearn is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. O'Neill sets up. Hearn into his motion. Delivers. Check swing. And a roller back to the mound. Hearn is up with it. Takes his time and tosses it to Polking for the putout. 1 out, 8th inning. Barber the hit. A dependable hitter. Barber has 2 hits and 1 free pass and 4 trips. And he scored 2 runs. Hearn gets set to work on him. Cubs skipper Conley walking down the bench. He'll make a change. Coming into bat for Barber. Hollicher. That's Barber. Out. Hollicher to the plate. Bat's left. He shoulders a bat. Heads out. Barber leaves this game with 2 hits. Cubs hitter Hollicher. Hollicher good at the plate. When the Cubs need a base runner, Hollicher is the guy they want up there. Hearn looking in at the target. He wheels and deals. That's high and deep by Hollicher. Powell is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him. He makes a catch. He stayed with it beautifully. 2 gone. Okay. Robertson gets set to face Hearn. Batting left. Dave has 2 hits and 1 free pass and 4 trips. And he scored a run. The hitter stands in. Left-handed Hearn goes to the set position. The pitch comes in. It's a shot to left center. That's a base hit. Robertson rounds first. Powell takes it on the long bounce. The throw to second. And Robertson holds with a single. Third, safety for Robertson. And that's the Cubs' 13th hit. Well, here's Flack to hit for the Cubs. He's their cleanup hitter. 2 gone. Robertson down at first. Max is 2 for 3 with a walk, and he scored once. Left-hander Hearn ready. Hearn kicks and deals. Just inside, and Robertson takes off. They'll have trouble catching him. Here's a peg from O'Neill. Out. Strong throw by O'Neill. That's 3 away. The half for the Cubs. No runs on 1 hit. They maintain their thin lead. Braves behind the Cubs, 5-4, and they'll try to get it back coming up. Chicago will now face the heart of the Braves lineup. Holking, Moranville, and Pick coming up. Coming into play first base for the Cubs is Merkel. Hollicher leaves the game. Holking will get it started for the Braves. The switch hitting Walter will bat left here. Holking has been up 3 times with 1 hit. Holking has struck out twice, and he scored once. Alexander sets up on the rubber again. Positions the ball behind his back. Righty against lefty. Now Alexander ready. The pitch is on the way. Holking cuts at it. A squibber off the end of the bat. Hugging the third base line. Deal. Lets it roll. And it rolls foul. Strike 1. Holking stands in again. Alexander is on the slab. O'Farrell crouched down now. Conley watching attentively. Alexander into the wind. Swung on. Line to short. And he spears it. Holking is gone for out number 1. One down, 8th inning. Moranville will bat next for Boston. Moranville is 0 for 3. Alexander climbs a mound. Next would be Pick. Charlie is in the on-deck circle. The pitch. Up the chimney. A towering pop-up in foul ground. Now O'Farrell edges in. More. And the ball hits off his mitt. And that's a fair ball. Moranville has ideas, but he'll hold it first. Score that an error on O'Farrell. The tying run is on. Here's the situation. The Braves have 1 out, runner on first. Pick steps up to face Alexander. Pick in 3 appearances, 1 hit, 1 free pass, and he scored a run. Time's running out for the Braves. Alexander climbs a mound. O'Farrell crouched down now. Space on the right. Moranville leading off. Moranville going with a pitch. Quick move to the plate. Foul back to the screen. Strike 1. Pick stands in again. Alexander climbs a mound. Checks the runner. Big hole on the right side. Moranville takes a good lead. Moranville is off with a pitch. Grounded deep into the hole. Terry is over. He's got it. The long throw to first. For out number 2. Moranville moves up. Two down. 8th inning. 1 on. Beckel the hit. Beckel 1 for 3. Driven in 1. Moranville at second can fly, knock him in, and that knots it. The Cubs lead the Braves 5-4. Beckel wipes his left sleeve across his forehead. Alexander inspects the ball. Beckel in the batter's box, adjusts his shoulders, leans in. Alexander put on the rubber, righty against righty. Alexander looking in. Moranville stretching his lead. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Alexander pulled the string. And Beckel was way out front. Made him look bad. Side retired. That'll do it for Boston. No runs on no hits. 1 miscue for the Cubs. 1 left on. They had a chance but could not convert. We've played 8. Braves down 5-4. For Chicago, it'll be Flack, Taskert, and O'Farrell. To get it going for the Cubs here, Flack, he's a left-handed batter. The Cubs can count on him. Flack is 2 for 3 with a walk, and he scored once. Hearn looking in at the target. The pitch to Flack. Flack hits a ground hugger towards second. Pick picks it up and flips to first. Routine. One away. It's now Paskert, the bat. He swings from the right side. Paskert, good at the plate. At the plate today, Paskert is 1 for 3. Ribbies. Dode waits. Pitcher Hearn, set to go. He cranks and fires. On the ground, back through the box. Pick, gloves it, spins it, fires. Long stretch. Just nips Paskert by half a step. That's 2. Two outs. O'Farrell gets set to face Hearn. Bob is 1 for 4. Bob waits. Hearn poised. The delivery from Hearn. O'Farrell pounds it on the ground to short. Moranville is there. That'll do it. The throw. In time. 3 down. So the Cubs go quietly. The score's still 5-4. Braves trail. The Braves will send out the bottom of the lineup. O'Neill, Powell, and Hearn. O'Neill to lead it off for the Braves. A right-sider. Mickey can hit. Mickey 1 for 3, and he scored a run. Alexander climbs the mound. O'Farrell sets up. The offering to O'Neill. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Alexander slipped one by him. 1 down. The Braves with only 2 outs left. Powell to hit. Powell had his first homer earlier in this game. Ray is 2 for 3. Knocked in 2. Powell in the batter's box. Leans in. Alexander toes the rubber. Turns the ball slowly behind his back. Alexander poised. The pitch. Fly ball hit the left. Flack drifts over. He camps under it, taps the glove, and makes the catch. 2 away. Hearn is scheduled to hit. We'll have to see if he stays in the game. Here's Hearn coming to the plate. Bunny taking his first at bat of the season. Alexander toes the rubber. The left-handed hitter, Cruz, on deck. The Boston crowd spurring on. Hearn, pitcher unperturbed. Pitcher Alexander set to go. Conley looking down, shuffling his right foot. Braves skipper Conley walking down the bench. You can mark pitcher Hearn out for the Braves. Conley not letting him bat. Who is it? Sullivan will bat for him. Bats right. He grabs a bat. Strolls to the box. Hearn pitched 2 innings. The line on him. No runs. On 1 hit. Sullivan to face Alexander. John is a tough out. Sullivan looks out toward the scoreboard. Now he stares at Alexander. The batter stands in, glances down at the plate, waits for the pitch. Alexander toes the rubber, rotates the ball in his right hand. Cruz is trying to get loose in the on-deck circle. Alexander looking in. Alexander brings it. Lined hard to right, toward the gap. Paskert cuts it off on the bounce. Sullivan has to hold first. The tying run is on. 2 down, 9th inning, 1 on. Cruz up. Walton 1 for 4. Walton is not a slugger. Sullivan can motor at first. Cruz brushes his shirt. Alexander positions his mitt. So what do you do now, sports fans, if you're Conley from Chicago? Batter in the box. Waits. Alexander sets up on the rubber again. Shakes off the sign. Now O'Farrell is running out to the mound. They're talking it over. And now O'Farrell is trotting back. Here we go. Sets his grip with the ball out of sight. A standing room only crowd at Boston pressing on Cruz. Pitcher unmoved. Right-handed Alexander goes to the set position. Sullivan 2 full strides off first. Alexander cranks it up. Cruz pounds it on the ground. Herzog stops it on 1 hop. Shovels some Terry for the force. And that's the final out of the game. The Braves fall. They have lost this game. The Cubs prevail. The Braves leave the tying run on. Our apprehension is released. A tight one here, fans. The Braves have fallen to the Cubs 5-4. Here's the line for the Cubs. 5 runs on 13 hits, 1 error. They leave 10 for the Braves. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. And they leave 6. Alexander gets the win, his first. Scott takes the loss, his first. So the Cubs gain a step for the Cubs. Overall, they now stand at 1-0. They now have first place to themselves for the Braves. Overall, 0-1. In the next game, the Braves will have another try. Bye for now, everybody. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Boston. Cubs take this one from the Braves 5-4.